1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon. Oh.
There we go.
Yeah, so do you want to do the opening remarks for the second segment for us, please?
Yeah, indeed. Welcome back to segment 2 of this week's Football Referee. I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me Bruv.
And I'm Emmy Hikins, and he calls me Cuz. Welcome to the second segment of Football Referee. Now, so we're going to start with Jude Bellingham. Now, we know the World Cup is approaching. Now, it's saying Jude Bellingham, this is an update, saying Jude Bellingham is not expected to take part in both legs against Manchester City. Real Madrid tried to get him ready, but he has not recovered. The goal is to be back against Atletico Madrid on March 22nd. Now, I read that, and ordinarily we wouldn't have thought anything of it, because we think, oh yeah, people get injured all the time. It's Jude Bellingham. It's in Madrid. It's not in the Premier League. But the World Cup is approaching, and we're thinking Jude Bellingham in the World Cup, we want him to be fit, don't we? What is the best case scenario, and what is the worst case scenario?
Yeah, I remember reading 2 or 3 weeks ago he got this bad injury. Was it a hamstring? I can't remember, but it was quite a significant injury, which when I read it and what it said, I began to think he may not make the World Cup. That was the impression I got from the article, that it was a sufficiently serious injury that could stop him being selected. But since then, I think, as you suggest, they've been trying to get him ready for one or both of these games against Manchester City. So the fact is, professional footballers, highly fit footballers, they tend to recover even serious injuries quicker than, the likes of the man in the street, if you like, because they are so fit. So I don't think there's any doubt that he'll be ready for England, unless when he does come back, he has some sort of relapse in whatever it is. As I say, I think it was a muscle injury, and there's always a risk of coming back a bit too early or not coming back in a gentle way, bit by bit. So it will be a shame. And the worst case scenario, of course, is that he won't be ready. He won't be able to play in the World Cup if he has a recurrence of the injury, or if he just doesn't make it in time. If a player's not 100% fit, you're not going to risk them playing, because they could be a drain on the side and on their own injury. The best case scenario is that he comes back, maybe even, I think they may have indicated he won't be fit this week or next week's play against Manchester City as well. But if he's then back for Atletico Madrid and they bring him back fairly gently, which I'm sure they'll do, then there's still enough time, isn't there? It's early mid-March, April, May, June. So yeah, there's enough time for him to regain match fitness, which is a key thing, of course. Exactly. And yeah, we know what an impact he has on the team on his day when he's as good as he can be. I always see him as a bit of a colossus, striding the pitch, owning the pitch. Everything's going around him for England, and he can be the absolute match winner, no doubt about it, particularly if we've got Harry Kane firing in the goals and the other positions. Again, slightly going away from the question a bit, I always say before these tournaments, I would like to see our manager internationally picking his team, knowing his team 2 or 3 months at least before, so that in the build-up of whatever friendly games are left to play, that he plays broadly that team. He can bring on substitutes, maybe a basic 14, 15 players who know they are the nucleus of this team. Because what so often happens, managers almost invariably, they will
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.
They will try and give everybody minutes, as they say, so the whole squad or the likely squad of 22, 23 players will will be in with a chance and they'll be relatively fit. And I don't think, of course, you've got to give them all an incentive, but ultimately he should have his basic team in his mind now and work with that team, because that will benefit us in the actual finals when they know, you get to know another player almost sort of what's the word? I can't think of the word, but psychologically, you get to know where someone is and all that. It's a kind of an important part of playing with your teammates. So Jude Bellingham can make the difference between us being a good team and an ultimately winning team, I think.
Yeah. Well, I just hope he recovers in time. He's a good player, isn't he? Yeah. Now, we're just going to give you a little bit. The women's, England women's Euro, is it World Cup qualifiers or Euro?
It's World Cup qualifiers, because they won the last Euro, didn't they? Yeah,
they did. So World Cup qualifiers, now they beat Iceland. Am I correct? They
beat somebody by 6-1 the other day, wasn't it? I can't remember, to be honest.
But I think they then played Iceland after that at the weekend, either on Friday or Saturday. But they were quite impressive, the way that they played. And is it Lauren James?
Yeah, Reece James's sister, isn't she?
Is that it? All right, I didn't know that.
Sister, brother and sister.
All right, wow.
England international as brother and sister. That's quite unique, really, for a boy and a girl.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Playing.
Yeah. So they were quite impressive. The way that they played. They scored one goal in each half. One goal in the first half, and then there was another one in it. But then our goalkeeper, Hannah Hampton, she was exceptionally good as well. She didn't really get tested that much. Let's put it that way.
No.
But she was really good. Now, what are the women's chances of winning the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to say, very good. We whatever the tournament under Serena, then we seem to do very well. As I say, you can't ask more than winning 2 Euros in succession. That's quite phenomenal.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on